CNEU Rock Radio. Unsigned and worldwide.
All right, brother. So since we just talked about God's Unwanted Children, we're going to cut into a break here, and we're going to play that track with a little commercial beforehand. But we'll be right back with Shannon from the Order of Elijah.
What's happening? You want to listen to some local radio? I don't mean local like crazy. Well, maybe a little bit crazy. But I mean local like around here, ese. Check out CNEU. That's those hot, ese. That's where the good local music is. Ay, mami. ¿Qué hace, mami? What's happening? Mira, chupa maldito, mamá puñeta, sucio. Ay.
Turn the tables and we'll burn this church to the ground. I'm sick of wasting my life. I'm doing my best to destroy. I am so much that I'm sick of wasting my life. I'm doing my best to destroy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on CNEU Radio with the front man from the Order of Elijah, Shannon Lowe.
Word up.
Were you just laughing at me?
No, I said word up.
I was about to be like, that ain't very cool. So a lot of people normally ask, what is your greatest strength in a band? I don't want to know that bullshit. I want to know what your greatest weakness is.
Whew. Oh, man, we're flooded with those. You know what I will say? That I think our greatest weakness is financial support, because as an independent band, or even a band on an independent label, it takes money to make a band big. And bands are like a gamble. Like for a record label or anyone, you're going to put real money into a band. Even if you're a band member and you're going to invest a lot of money in your band, you don't want to be a crappy band and you're out there playing crappy shows, and B, you want to have a return. You know, whether it's you're the band putting it in, wanting to see the band grow. You know, you want to see your band grow. If you put money in and does it grow, you know, maybe your band just sucks. Maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe you're taking some old school ways. But without money, man, like we wouldn't be where we are today. And I know a lot of people say it doesn't take money and all this, but you know, that's a bunch of crap, man.
Yeah, it is a crock of shit.
You need money to go somewhere these days. And I kind of look at a band kind of like a restaurant or something, you know. If you're going to, and I've told these boys this before, I'm like, hey, if we were going to go make a restaurant, we wouldn't be able to just walk in there and buy a couple a little bit of hamburger meat at Walmart and French fries. And, you know, it's like you would have to invest a lot of money to make sure everything is good, and then hope that you're going to have a good turnaround. And
right.
One thing I do is I believe in our product. I believe in the Order of Elijah. I believe that we have we just have a good idea of, you know, what we want to do.
Right.
Where we're going to take the music, and our goal is to, you know, I think ultimately any band's goal should be to change music as it is, change the culture. Because, I mean, the biggest bands you can think of set trends, they don't follow trends. And usually that takes a lot of balls to step out and do something like that.
Yep. That was a good answer.
I don't know if that answered your question.
No, that was a good answer. I liked it. Now, you talked earlier about you guys were signed with a record label and everything. What qualities do you think a good record label should have, or a manager? Either or, man.
First off, money, but I mean, overall, you need good contacts. You need to be focused on what you want to put out. Like, being on Rottweiler Records really opened up my eyes on what it's like just slightly on the inside. I mean, I'm not no master of the industry or anything. I could even go as far as say I don't know too much about it whenever I get too deep. But it really opened my eyes on the things the bands need to do and can do on their own. You know, we were just sitting back. We were just mainly trying Facebook and Google, you know, and then I just, you know, that's what, whenever you're a local band, you're just doing anything you can to get some freaking likes. But once we started doing, okay, we got on Rottweiler Records, and like the whole process of making a marketing plan and all that kind of stuff, it's some of the most important things a record label can have. And since I was on it now, I observe bands and their album releases totally different, whether it's a rapper or whether it's even a country artist, you know, especially metal artists. I watch what everyone in the industry, how do they release it? Because these days it's really hard to, I mean, you can't just post your song. You know, it's like,
no.
Oh, we got this, check it. You know, it's like there's a lot more planning, a lot more thought process and strategy if you really want to make a difference. And you know, that's why I look at those bigger labels like RCA or Interscope or something. They can just by them mentioning your name can scatter you across the world.
Oh yeah. That's, you know, this business is one of the most. Let's see, what's the word I want to use? It's like a bag full of sluts. You don't know if you're going to get a good lay or disease. Pretty much,
That's right. That is exactly. And everyone in the industry is probably sluts too. So,
oh yeah, we all are.
I've met a lot of them. I know.
You're scared to even touch them. Something might jump out like herpes from a trailer park.
Right.
Yeah. Now, since you guys are on tour in your home base in town, and you're saying that you watch a lot of what goes on in the local scene with other bands, or in the national scene, or however it is that people get their self out there, what is the first thing that you do when a new band arrives in your town while on tour?
If we're playing with them,
no, just
you mean
it don't matter. Not playing with them, it don't matter. I mean, if you want to circle jerk with them, that's cool. But
we, the bands that come through, we have a few different venues. We have like a super underground venue that pretty much just puts out all free shows, and he's kind of like a pit stop for a lot of independent touring bands, and you'll see all types of genres come there.
Right.
I mean, crazy genres. But we have one venue called Solace, and they bring in a lot of the upcoming national acts and stuff like that, and they'll throw on a lot of the locals. And from our own hometown, I mean, we see a lot of really talented bands rise up, brand new bands that they'll hit the ground with some just amazing songs. And I mean, most of them are just younger kids, 15 to 20, and they don't really know what direction they need to do to be able to get themselves exposed. But I mean, I don't know. The first thing, if I'm looking at a band, the first thing I want them to do is just wow me, even if it's the way they load in. A band can impress me by the way they're loading in. A band can impress me by the way they greet. I can't stand a band that won't be nice to other bands. Oh my gosh, especially if you don't know who they are or anything.
Right.
That'll be the first turn off for me, even as just as a fan. If I'm watching a band and they seem like they're being assholes to everyone, then that'll turn me off from them before I even hear their music.
True. Yeah. Now I'm gonna jump off of band stuff for a minute and get a little personal with you. What is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you in your life?
The what?
The scariest.
Scariest thing. Well, I've had a few pregnancy scares with ex-girlfriends. It would have ruined my life.
Those scares with the whores in the music industry?
That was probably some of the scariest moments of my life. But there's been other scary moments. I was really scared whenever I first had my daughter. That was a pretty freaky moment for me, because it's like you're sitting there looking at this thing and you have all these weird endorphins going off in the back of your brain, so you don't eat it. And
right.
It's like, I don't know. It's kind of scary stepping into being a father, but I definitely like doing that. So I guess that was bittersweet. Fathers being fun.
I'm a father as well.
It's awesome.
Now, have you ever had an audience member give you the willies or do something real crazy to you?
Yeah, I actually I've had audience members do crazy stuff. There's those few chicks that'll have the gall. They'll be right up there front. And I get right up in the crowd, man. I like it whenever... I don't like it if there's a barrier between us and the crowd.
Right.
I understand that some huger shows that it's really necessary, but, I mean, unless you're playing Verizon Wireless Amphitheater with Def Leppard or something, you're probably going to need it.
Right.
If you're playing... even hardcore shows and stuff that are going on today, the bigger ones, it's always better if the crowd can be closer. And of course, those girls will just straight up grab your junk. They'll just grab it, and it's always weird. Like I'm usually like right in the middle of a verse or something, and I'm like, what are you doing this for me now? Like, I'm busy. All right.
We can do it backstage after.
Like you don't even wait for a break in the song, but now that's always annoying. And then there's I don't mind if people get up on stage and jump around with us and stuff, but when people get up there and they take our other mic, they'll get up there and they'll just straight up take our drummer's mic and then go up there and try to do the vocals with me. I'm like, what are you doing? Right. And I'm always cool though. I just let them get it out of their system.